The resonance for the standard American English is generally in the center of the mouth. Right about there. And our intonation changes depending on how we're trying to convey a message to someone or whether we're emphasizing something we're saying. The Japanese accent tends to be forward in the mouth for the resonance, and the intonation is generally neutral or flat. Let my guest and I give you some examples. First, give me back my phone.
Give me my phone back.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't do handuru zatorusu.
Notice the difference. My intonation changed dramatically. His didn't. There's a whole lot more distinctions between the Japanese accent and the standard American accent. Let's get into it now. Some Japanese sounds are held longer than their English counterparts. It is dangerous.
It is Tankarusa.
Don't go in there.
Don't go in there.
You will be afraid.
You will be afraid.
When pronouncing English words ending in NG or NK, speakers with a Japanese accent might introduce a nasal sound. Let me give you some examples. For instance, long becomes
Wrong.
thin,
Sina.
bank.
Banku.
Great. Now a couple things. First, the Japanese language doesn't have the short A sound. So when you have Japanese speakers, you often get an approximation between a short A and a short U. For instance, when he said bank,
Banku.
that's what you got. Dance,
Dansu.
bat.
But.
Second, you may have just noticed he added a vowel after consonant in the word bank and dance.
Banku. Dansu.
I'll address that in a second. That's one of the funnest things about doing a Japanese accent. But first, let's talk about emphasis on unstressed syllables. In the English accent, we de-stress the emphasis on unstressed syllables, whereas with the Japanese accent, they stress those. For instance, chocolate becomes
Chocolate.
television,
Television.
university.
University.
Let's touch on vowels briefly before we get into consonants. First, in English, we have the 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, and U. But there's diphthongs that are involved, meaning these vowels give many different sounds. However, with the Japanese language, there's 5 vowels, but they give just 5 distinct sounds. This is very problematic when they're trying to speak another language. For instance, their 5 distinct sounds are
A, I, U, E, O.
For the A, you get the A sound. The I, you get the E sound. The E, you get the E sound. The U, you get the U sound. And the O, you get the O sound.
A, I, U, E, O.
That's it. So keep that in mind as we progress forward, and you can refer back to this section when you want to incorporate the vowel sounds. Now let's talk consonants. What do you think?
Retu asu parosito.
He said, let us proceed. Let's talk consonants. In the Japanese phonetic system, they don't have a lot of words ending with consonants. So they may take the liberty of adding vowels after the final consonant in each word. For example, test might become
Tesuto.
plant,
Pranto.
wife.
Wow.
Notice how we lost the F in the word wife. We'll get into the F sound in a second. But let's talk about the C sound. In the Japanese language, they don't have this sound. They'll change it to she. For instance, if I say science, it turns out
Science.
simple,
Simple.
visible.
Visible.
Notice on that word, visible, we lost the V. because in the Japanese language, they don't have the V sound. Also, in the Japanese language, they don't have the TH sound. So if I say think, it's going to become
Sinka or Shinka.
in this case, the TH was replaced by an S or an SH. How about this?
Disu or Jisu.
Did you hear the added vowel after the consonant in this word? How about with?
Wisu or Wisu.
Now, let's get into the F that I referred to earlier. It's often replaced by an H. How about fish?
Hish, Hisu.
See? And there's those added vowels again. You're going to have a lot of fun with those once you start really getting into the accent. Phone.
Hon, Hon.
Coffee.
Kohi, Copy.
There we got the H or the P. Friend.
Rendu, Rento.
That one was off the hook. We lost the F. It was replaced by an H. Where'd the R go? Well, the Japanese have a difficult time with the R. And there was that added consonant again. How about this one? Wife.
Waihu,
The Japanese accent introduces a lighter touch on the R sound. It's more of a tap. For instance, the word rice.
Raisu, Rasu,
River.
Ribu, Riba.
The L sound is going to present a problem for a lot of Japanese speakers because they don't have that distinct sound in the Japanese language. If I say a word like little, they're going to replace the L with an R more than likely. For instance,
Ritoro, Rito.
table is going to become
Tebu, Teburu.
yellow.
Yellow,
Japanese lacks the sound. So word is going to sound like
Wadu,
person.
Pason, Pason.
Her.
Ha, Haru.
Here's a fun challenge. Try these sentences using a Japanese language. Don't go back and look over your notes. Just go with what you picked up so far. Hello, my name is Jeff. How'd you do?
Hello, my name is Hehu.
I am a strong king.
Ayama Soturongu Kinu.
I think I will stop poverty.
I think I will stop a poverty.
I'll tell you what, let's try some more. Rapid fire. Don't think about it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye. See you later.
Goodbye. See you later.
Great job. And don't stop here. Go watch some Japanese movies, anime, have some real life encounters with people who speak Japanese. And as a disclaimer, we went through a bunch of characteristics of the Japanese accent in this video, but these aren't set in stone. You may encounter Japanese people from different regions, of different ages, or Japanese people who have lived in places where they've been exposed to different accents and dialects. So it's gonna make a difference on how they sound.
Like the video, make a comment, subscribe to the channel.
I love you.
I love you too.